Okay, quick question. You wake up, you're late, you run to the bus stop, and the bus is just leaving right in front of you. Do you know what to say? Not just in your head, but out loud in English to the person standing next to you? Because that moment, that tiny, frustrating, totally normal moment, that's what we're talking about today.
And honestly, that's real life. Nobody teaches you that in a classroom.
Welcome back to the Daily English Conversation Club. I'm Zara.
And I'm Leo. And if you're new here, first of all, welcome. This is a podcast where we talk about real English, not textbook English, not please open your book to page 42 English. We mean the kind of English you actually use when you're living your life.
Yes, and today's topic is one of my absolute favorites, daily life situations you need to know. Because honestly, Leo, I feel like this is where most learners get stuck. They study grammar, they study vocabulary, they know the rules, but then someone says, hey, can you cover for me? And they just freeze.
Oh, completely. I've seen it happen. And it's not because they don't know English. It's because nobody taught them that kind of English, the situational stuff, the stuff that lives between the grammar lessons.
Exactly. So that's what we're doing today. And before we dive in, if you're new, please subscribe to the Daily English Conversation Club. Share this with a friend who's learning English because honestly, this episode is one you'll want to send to someone. And if you've been with us for a while, thank you. Seriously, you keep us going.
All right, let's get into it.
So, daily life situations. Where do we even start? I mean, every single day is full of them, right? You go to a cafe, you call a doctor, you talk to your neighbor. You need to complain about something without sounding rude. You need to ask for help without sounding lost.
And the thing is, each of those situations has its own little language world. Like the way you talk at a cafe is different from how you talk at a job interview. Even the energy is different.
Right, right. And I think the biggest mistake learners make, and I say this with so much love, is they try to use the same formal English in every situation. So they go to a cafe and say, "Excuse me, I would like to make a request for one coffee, please." And the barista just stares at them.
Oh, no. I mean, it's correct. Technically, it's correct. But it sounds like you're writing an email to your boss, not ordering a flat white.
Exactly. And that disconnect between what's grammatically correct and what's socially natural, that's where a lot of learners feel frustrated. They think they're doing something wrong, but they're not. They just haven't been exposed to enough real situations.
And that's the gap we want to close today. Because once you start recognizing these situations, once you have a few phrases that just fit, everything gets easier. I promise.
Can I share something? So, I have a friend. She's been learning English for about 2 years. Super smart, very dedicated. And she went on a trip to London last year. First time traveling alone in an English-speaking country.
Oh, wow, that's exciting.
Right? So she gets to the hotel and there's a problem with her room. The air conditioning isn't working. Simple problem, easy fix. But she told me later that she stood at the reception desk for about 3 minutes, just thinking, trying to build the perfect sentence in her head.
Oh, I know that feeling. That silence where your brain is just loading, loading, loading.
Yes, exactly that. And what she ended up saying was something like, the machine for cold air in my room is not functioning, which, okay, they understood her. The staff were lovely. But she felt embarrassed. She felt like she should have had better words.
But here's the thing. What she needed wasn't more grammar. She just needed the phrase, "Excuse me, I think there might be an issue with my room. The air conditioning doesn't seem to be working." That's it. That's all.
And it's so simple when you hear it, but when you've never heard it before, when you've never seen it used in a real context, how are you supposed to know?
You're not, and that's why we're here. You know, I was thinking about this the other day. Language isn't just words, it's also confidence. And I think daily life situations are actually where your confidence in English gets built or broken. If you walk into a situation and you know what to say, even roughly, you feel good, you feel capable. But if you freeze every time someone talks too fast or uses a phrase you've never heard, it starts to feel like English is this impossible wall.
That's so true. And honestly, what's beautiful about these everyday situations is that they repeat. Like, you don't have a different kind of interaction at a pharmacy every day. It's usually the same handful of phrases. Do you have something for a headache? Is this available without a prescription? How many times a day should I take this? Learn those, and you're set.
It's almost like building a toolkit. You don't need every tool in the world. You just need the right tools for the places you actually go.
And here's something I want you to think about. You, listening right now. What's one daily situation that always makes you nervous in English? Is it talking on the phone, ordering food, asking for directions? Just hold that thought, because we're going to come back to it.
Actually, we'd love to know. Drop it in the comments. Tell us, what's the one situation in English that makes you feel a little nervous? There's no wrong answer. We read every single comment on the Daily English Conversation Club, and your answer might even inspire a future episode.
Oh, and before we move on, we've used a few phrases already that are worth noting, like cover for me. That means when someone does your job or your responsibilities while you're away. There might be an issue. That's a really polite, soft way to complain. Instead of saying there is a problem, you say there might be an issue. It sounds less aggressive.
And I don't seem to be. That's a great softener. It doesn't seem to be working. I don't seem to have received it. It makes you sound thoughtful and calm.
Love those. Write them down, save the episode, screenshot, whatever works for you.
Okay, here's your first challenge for today. We're calling it the comment code. In the comments below, type the phrase, there might be an issue. Just that. If you can use it in a sentence about your real life, even better. Show us you were here, show us you learned something, and let's see how many people can use this phrase naturally. Ready? Go.
We'll be watching. All right, don't go anywhere. Part 2 is coming and it gets even better.
Welcome back. If you're just joining us, first of all, go back and listen to part 1 because we set up some really great stuff. But if you've been here from the start, you're doing amazing. Let's keep going.
In part 1, we talked about why daily life situations matter so much for your English confidence, and we started getting into the gap between textbook correct and naturally right. Now, in part 2, we're going really deep into specific situations, real ones, the kind you'll probably face this week.
And honestly, Zara, I'm excited about this part because I feel like this is the stuff people actually search for online. Like, how do I ask for help politely in English? That's a real search. That's a real need.
Totally. So let's go through a few of the big ones.
Let's start with something everyone deals with, making requests, asking for things. In English, how you ask for something changes everything. You can ask the same question in 5 different ways and get 5 very different reactions.
Give us an example.
Okay, imagine you're at work and you need someone to help you with the task. You could say, do this for me. Very direct. Could have come across rude. Or you could say, could you help me with something when you get a chance? Completely different feeling, right? Same need, different impact.
Totally different. And the phrase, when you get a chance, that's such a good one. It tells the other person, I'm not demanding this right now. Take your time. It takes pressure off. People respond so much better to that.
And in real life, whether you're in an office, a school, a shop, using that kind of language makes people want to help you. It's not just politeness for the sake of it. It actually gets you better results.
Right. It's strategic politeness. I like that. I'm going to use that phrase. Okay, can we talk about phone calls? Because I feel like phone calls are the final boss of English for so many learners.
Oh, absolutely. And I understand why. When you're talking to someone face to face, you have body language, you have facial expressions. You can say, sorry, can you repeat that? And gesture. On the phone, it's just sound. And if the connection is bad or the person speaks fast or uses slang, it's terrifying.
And the anxiety makes it worse because when you're nervous, you can't remember anything. Your brain just empties.
Right? Your vocabulary just disappears. So here's what I always tell people. Have a few rescue phrases ready before the call even starts. Like, I'm sorry, could you say that again more slowly? Or, let me just make sure I understood correctly. You said, and then you repeat it back. That's actually what native speakers do too, by the way. It's not a sign that your English is bad. It's a sign that you're being careful.
Yes, and another one I love,
I just want to confirm. You can use that in so many situations. I just want to confirm our appointment is at 3. I just want to confirm this is the right address. It's professional, it's clear, and it protects you from misunderstandings.
And misunderstandings in daily life cost you time, money, and energy. So these phrases are actually saving you in a very practical way.
You know, this reminds me of something that happened to me a few years ago. I was living in a new city, right? And I had to call the electricity company because my power went out. First time calling a utility company in English. I was so stressed. I had notes. I had written down what I wanted to say.
Really? That's so relatable. What happened?
So I call, I get through to someone, I start explaining, and then they put me on hold for like 10 minutes. And when they came back, they said, "Sorry about that. Can I take your account number?" And I gave them the wrong number. I was so nervous, I misread it. They were very patient, honestly, but I was embarrassed. And then I realized I knew the language. I just didn't know the process. I didn't know what to expect from the call.
That's such a good point. It's not always the language. Sometimes it's the situation itself you haven't experienced before. The language is actually fine. You just need to know what happens next.
Exactly. And now I don't even think about it because I've done it enough times. But that first time, wow.
Honestly, that's so important for our listeners to hear, Leo, because a lot of people think the problem is their English, but sometimes the problem is just exposure. You haven't been in that situation before in any language.
Okay, I want to do a quick myth-busting moment because I hear this all the time.
Oh, yes, go for it.
The myth is, if I make a grammar mistake, people will judge me. The reality, in a daily life situation, a cafe, a shop, a phone call, people aren't listening to your grammar. They're listening for your meaning. They want to understand what you need. A small grammar error does not matter.
100%. And honestly, most native speakers make grammar mistakes all the time. In casual speech, it's completely normal. What matters is, are you communicating? Are you being understood?
Yes, communication first, perfection later. And I think that mindset shift alone can change how confident you feel. All right, here's a practical tip. And this is small but powerful. Before any situation you find challenging in English, a call, a meeting, a visit to a new place, spend 2 minutes writing down 3 phrases you might need. Just 3. You don't have to use all of them, but just knowing they're there, in your brain, ready to go, it changes everything.
It's like a safety net. You probably won't fall, but knowing it's there makes you walk the tightrope more confidently.
Exactly. And over time, you won't need the preparation anymore. It becomes automatic.
Oh, and here's a little grammar note. Very light, I promise. We've been using could and would a lot. Could you help me? Would you mind? These are what we call modal verbs, but don't worry about the name. Just remember, when you want to sound polite and gentle, swap can for could, swap will for would. That's it. One small change. Can you repeat that? Versus, could you repeat that? The second one just sounds softer.
And softer gets better results. In life, in general, honestly, not just English.
That's almost philosophical.
Okay, your part 2 challenge. In the comments, we want you to write a sentence using "I just want to confirm." Use it about anything from your real life, your schedule, your plans, anything. Show us you've got it. And if you haven't subscribed to the Daily English Conversation Club yet, what are you doing? Hit that subscribe button right now. Share this episode with someone who's learning English. You could genuinely change their day.
All right, part 3 is coming. And in part 3, we're doing a full recap, a mini challenge, and I promise you, you'll leave with something really usable. Stay with us.
And we are back, part 3. This is where everything comes together. If you've made it this far, first of all, thank you. Genuinely. You're putting in the time and it's going to pay off. I really believe that.
Same. And in this final part, we want to zoom out a little. We've talked about specific phrases, specific situations, but now let's talk about the bigger picture, because I think there's something important that ties all of this together.
You know what I love about daily life situations? They're everywhere. Like right now, wherever you're listening to this. Maybe you're on a bus. Maybe you're making coffee. Maybe you're walking somewhere. All of those are daily life situations, and every single one of them at some point could involve English.
And that's actually the beauty of it. English isn't something you put on like a coat when you enter a classroom. It's woven into your day, into the commute, the errands, the little conversations. And once you start seeing those moments as opportunities, not tests, everything shifts.
I love the way you said that. Opportunities, not tests. Because I think a lot of learners feel tested every time they have to speak, like someone's grading them. But that's not real life. Real life is messy and imperfect and forgiving.
And people are generally kind. I think learners forget that. When someone sees you making an effort in their language, they appreciate it. They're not waiting for you to make a mistake. They're rooting for you.
Okay, let's do a recap because I want to make sure you're walking away with something solid. So, we talked about 3 big ideas today. First, daily life situations have their own language. The English you use at a cafe, at a doctor's office, at a hotel. It's specific, and once you know it, you feel so much more confident.
Second, the gap between textbook correct and naturally right is real, but it's closable. It closes through exposure, through practice, through listening to podcasts like this one. Hint, hint.
Very subtle, Leo.
I tried. And third, mindset matters. Communication over perfection, meaning over grammar. Confidence grows from doing, not from waiting until you're ready.
And honestly, that third one is the one I want to sit with, because I've talked to so many learners who say, I'll start speaking when my English is better. But here's the truth. Your English gets better by speaking. You can't wait for the confidence to show up before you start. The confidence comes from starting.
That's the real lesson of today, honestly, more than any phrase or vocabulary word.
All right, your final challenge. And this is a real one. This week, I want you to pick one daily life situation, just one, that makes you a little nervous in English. Maybe it's calling someone, maybe it's ordering at a restaurant, maybe it's asking for help in a shop. And I want you to do it, on purpose, with your 3 prepared phrases. And then come back here and tell us how it went in the comments. We want to hear the story.
Seriously, we love hearing from you. Every comment, every story, it makes this community feel real. And that's what the Daily English Conversation Club is, a community. Let's do a quick vocabulary highlight from today. Ready? There might be an issue, polite way to raise a problem. When you get a chance, making a soft, pressure-free request. I just want to confirm, clarifying and double-checking politely. Could you say that again more slowly? Your rescue phrase for any confusing moment. It doesn't seem to be working. Calm, polite way to describe something that isn't functioning.
5 phrases, 5 real situations. If you use even one of these this week, you are making progress. Real, actual, meaningful progress.
And now, our favorite part of every episode, the Daily English Conversation Club signature moment. We ask you one big question to carry with you.
Today's question is, which one daily life situation, if you felt completely confident in English, would change your life the most? Think about that. Really, is it work, travel, medical situations, social situations? Whatever your answer is, that's your priority. That's where you focus next.
And if you want to share your answer, which we hope you do, the comments are right below. We're there. We read them, we respond.
All right, that's a wrap on today's episode of the Daily English Conversation Club. Thank you so much for spending this time with us. Honestly, it means everything.
And if you enjoyed today, please subscribe if you haven't already. Leave a comment. Share this with a friend who's on their English journey. Every share helps this little community grow, and we are so grateful for every single one of you.
And next time, oh, you are going to love this. We're talking about English at work. Emails, meetings, small talk with colleagues, all the situations that make professionals nervous. It's going to be really, really good.
Don't miss it. Same channel, same energy. We'll see you there.
Take care, keep practicing, and remember, English is yours. Use it.